our first resource fair was to establish the norms in order to help create a space to normalize the conversation around mental health. These norms included not having classmates judge or shame each other, or also keeping information confidential and listening without commenting or controlling the conversation.
For our first activity, we wanted to start off with a drawing activity, and the students and the participants, they had to write down, draw out, or find a picture of the first thought that they came to mind when thinking about mental health, and it could have been good or bad or neutral. Here, I talked about some effects anxiety may have, and I made sure that everyone knew that these were only a few of the many effects, and that each person goes through different effects, and it's different for everyone.
We had the students take a mental health temperature check specifically for anxiety. This took the whole group roughly 7 minutes to complete, and we constantly reminded them that this isn't meant to diagnose them, but only to make them aware of their mental health and to start the conversation around it. Many students said they weren't surprised, yet they were surprised at the same time because they've always felt this way, but they didn't know that they were common symptoms of anxiety. And many students also felt that their results were accurate because it perfectly aligned with how they were feeling.
On this slide, our community partner, Ms. Susie Crooks, talked about common stigmas of what is a stigma, types of stigmas, and myths and truths about mental health.
We wanted to end our resource fair with our first resource fair with a final thought. By the end of our event, we wanted the students to change their negative outlook into a positive outlook, and therefore they'll be more comfortable talking about mental health, and that way in our community, mental health would be easier to talk about.
Then we had our second resource fair that focused more on depression, at which we also had activities, discussions, and reflections for the students. Again, we established the norms in order to help create a space to normalize the conversation around mental health. These norms stayed the same because the students felt as though the norm shouldn't change and they were really beneficial.
Here, I talked about some signs of depression. I know again that it's different for everyone. I talked about having a hopeless outlook, losing interest, and having an increasing and decreasing appetite and weight.
Here, Ms. Susan Crooks talked about depression, specifically of the myths and facts about depression, what you should say and what you should avoid saying for someone suffering.
For the second resource fair, we had them take another mental health temperature check, but on depression. And we also continue to remind them that it does not diagnose them, but only tells them their state of mental health and helps open up that conversation.
After taking their mental health temperature check for depression, we wanted the participants to feel comfortable talking about the results. By creating a safe space, almost everyone shared their personal experience.
Here, the students had to either create a poem or find one, and it could have been a regular poem, or they could have made a blackout poem about like their representation of mental health and how they see it from their eyes.
Here are actual examples of poems that some students at the events created. We can just like give you a couple seconds to read them off if you want.
Why don't you read one?
Okay.
I'm old, I can't see that.
Okay, so wait, which one should I read? The left or the right?
I can't see any of them. I told you I'm old.
Okay, I'll read both just because. Okay. So the first one is one day smiling, joking, talking, and playing around, enjoying the bright day. The next day alone, bored, looked in my room, numb and dissatisfied with life. The cycle repeats, joy appears, then it disappears, hopelessly living to find happiness. And then our second poem is, are you okay? She laughs, he laughs, they laugh, I'm fine. They repeated lie. They cry, he cries, she cries, I'm fine. Holding it in, she smiles, he smiles, they smile, I'm fine. Deep breaths, they crack, he cracks, she cracks, until I'm not fine. Why didn't you notice the signs? Listen and watch me closely. Why didn't you help me pay attention? This time I'm fine.
Wow.
Very
Very
insightful.
moving.
We wanted the students to express themselves through a self-portrait with a self-affirming light. And so the main mission here was to have them make a self-portrait, obviously. And through the self-portrait, they did the opposite of what they did in the poems, where it was in a more positive light, as this was the second session, and we wanted to have a more positive outlook.
Again, here are some self-portraits or portraits some people created. For the sustainability of our project, we made Mind an official club at our school, and we're planning on hosting Waltz workshops, and we want to include the youth mental health first aid course that we took to provide the same knowledge to other students. And we're going to encourage upcoming juniors, sophomores, and freshmen to take over our project when we graduate.
Now we wanted to end off with a reflection slide, what we would change, and then what are we also proud of. This feedback we got from the students who attended ARC session. The glow that we got was that participants enjoyed the activity so much that we didn't give them enough time. And then the glows was that the creative activities grabbed everyone's attention, and they said that the environment was friendly and non-judgmental.
Anyone have any questions?
Should I stop presenting?
No, you're fine.
Okay.